Alright, this is lesson 73, solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Okay. So we're going to continue what we did on Friday, except today's a little bit harder because I taught you how to do all sorts of factoring, solving by factoring. We had the GCF we had to deal with before, Xbox. The third one was difference of squares, and we had factor by grouping, and then we applied those to this, and then we said there's a new way called complete, or take a square root, right? And then now complete the square, right? So sometimes complete the square is a little bit harder, and we have to watch out for a new step. So these are the same steps as Friday, except we have a new step 2 here, which is if a is not 1, divide the whole equation by a. Okay? So we were kind of assuming this on Friday, because all the problems were easier. So today they're going to be a little bit harder. Not that much harder, just one extra step, okay? So, here we go. Watch me do a couple of them, and we'll do a few together, and then we'll be good. Okay, so number 1, we've got 2a squared plus 16a minus 58 is equal to 8. So the first step, just like before, I want to take all my c's, or constants, and move them over to the right. So you can see here we have negative 58. We're going to add 58 to both sides. Which is what? 2a squared plus 16a is equal to 66, right? Now there's a new step 2. What's a equal to here? What's a equal to? Did you forget? What's a equal to? Not b, what's a equal to? 2, right? So when a is not equal to 1, I want to divide the whole thing by a, okay? In this case, a is 2, so I'm going to divide everything by 2 here, and also here by 2, okay? 2a squared divided by 2 is just a squared. 16a divided by 2 is positive 8a. Leave a little space. 66 divided by 2 is 33. That's your new step 2, okay? Did you all see that? Okay, and then we're going to continue just like last week. What's b equal to? 8. So we're going to do 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So we're going to add 16 here and also add 16 here, right? This is a perfect square trinomial, so we have square root of a squared is a. Square root of, or half of 8 is 4, so we have a plus 4 squared is equal to 33 plus 16 is 49. Take a square root of both sides. So we got a plus 4 is equal to positive and negative 7. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a shortcut. Instead of doing two equations, check this out. We're going to just go a is equal to negative 4 plus or minus 7. Okay? Now let's just think in our heads. What's negative 4 plus 7? What's negative 4 plus 7? 3. What's negative 4 minus 7? Negative 11, right? Y'all agree? So I didn't do 2 equations. Those are your 2 answers. Okay? So again, what did I do today? First thing I did is I took all my c's, moved them over to the opposite side. Then I noticed a was equal to 2, so I divided both sides by 2. Okay, you see that? Then we completed the square by taking b here. Then I took a square root of both sides, solved, and I got 2 answers. Okay, watch me do number 2 now. Number 2, I'm noticing that I need to complete the square. I have c's here. I got to do the opposite of minus 66. I'm going to add 66 to both sides. So we have 7k squared minus 14k is equal to 56. Okay, that's the first step here. Then I'm going to look at a. A is equal to 7. I don't want a equal to 7, so I have to divide everything by a. So in this case, I'm not going to divide by 2, but by 7 on both sides. Okay, 7 divided by 7 cancels out, just leaving k squared. Negative 14k divided by 7 is negative 2k. And then 56 divided by 7 is 8. Okay? Then I'm going to take b, which is negative 2, put it on the side here. Half of negative 2 is negative 1. negative 1 squared is equal to positive 1, so I'm going to add 1 here and 1 here. So this becomes a perfect square triangle. Square root of k squared is k. Half of negative 2 is negative 1. Put a squared sign here. 8 plus 1 is 9. Take a square root of both sides. We know square root cancels with the square, so we have k minus 1 is equal to positive and negative 3. Add 1 to both sides. K is equal to 1 plus or minus 3. What's 1 plus 3? 1 plus 3 is 4. Good. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Those are your two answers. That's it. Is that hard? No. So there's a lot of repetition from Friday. You need to know this is a lot of work. But once we do this a few times, it'll get pretty easy, okay? So today's Monday. Let's have you turn your neighbors. 1's till 2 is about number 1. 2's till 1's about number 2. First step here. Step number 1, move all constant terms to the opposite side of the variable terms, okay? Is there any C's here? Are there any constants on number 3? C, constant, C, constant. Y'all got the connection there, right? Yeah? Y'all staring at me? Like, yes, of course. Okay, do I have any constants that I have to move over? Yeah. Okay, what should I do to both sides? Add 20, right? Okay, good. So we got 10m squared plus 20m is equal to 30. Good. Now, new step 2. What's a equal to, everyone? 10. Is a equal to 1? Yes or no? No. So we have to divide everything by 10. Good. So we're going to divide all my terms on the left side by 10 and right side by 10. Okay, what's 10 divided by 10? 1. So we're just going to leave just m squared here. What's negative or positive 20m divided by 10? Positive 2m. Okay, what's 3 divided by 10? 3. I'm sorry, 30 divided by 10. My bad. Y'all staring at me like I'm weird. Okay, that's normal. Okay, next. What's my b? 2. Good. Okay, so what's half of 2? We take 2 on the outside here. Half of 2 is? 1 squared is? 1. Good. So we're going to add 1 here and add 1 here. Okay. Left side, what should I do with the left side now? It becomes what? From last Friday, you remember? M plus, take the square root of m squared is m. Half of 2 is 1. So we're going to put m plus 1 here. Right, remember that from Friday? That's the shortcut. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay? Next step? Simplify. Square root of both sides. So we have m plus 1 is equal to, what's the square root of 4? Positive and negative 2. Okay, next. What would I do to solve now? Last step. We're almost there. How do I get m by itself? Subtract 1 from both sides, okay. We could do 2 different equations, but instead of writing so much, just do it this way. Put 1 plus or minus 2. And then let's think about it. What's negative 1 plus 2? What's negative 1 plus 2? 1, good. And what's negative 1 minus 2? Negative 3. So you could just put 2 answers there. You could put 1, negative 3. Isn't that easier than 2 equations? Yeah? I hope so. Okay. So that's what you could do. From now on, you could take that shortcut. I wanted to teach you that shortcut because, you know, it's really important to do that. Save time where you can. Okay, number 4. Okay, first step, turn your neighbor, tell them what you would do. Okay, what am I doing, class?
Add 19 to both sides.
Good, add 19 to both sides. Excellent. So we're going to add 19 on the left and right hand side. So we got 5n squared plus 10n is equal to what? 15. Good. Next step, turn to your neighbor, tell them what you would do. Discuss. Okay, what would I do, everyone? Divide everything by 5. Good. So we're going to divide the left side by 5 and the right side by 5. So 5 divided by 5 becomes what? So number 5 by herself. Sorry. That's number 3 and 4 on the video. 5. Okay, in case you're not getting it, so first thing you want to do is subtract 26. So we got 2b squared plus 20b is equal to negative 32. Do y'all agree? Okay, then we need to divide everything by 2. So b squared plus 10b equals negative 16. Okay, then we take b. What's half of b? 5. Oh, this is a inappropriate problem. This has fractions in it. That's why. This one wasn't supposed to be presented to you. I'm sorry. Yeah, half of... Oh, wait. No, this is right. This is good. Sorry, I got confused for a moment. Okay, what's b equal to? What's b equal to? 10. What's half of b? 5. So 5 squared is? 25. Good. We're good. We're good. So we're going to add 25 here and here. Okay, what's the next line going to be now? This is the easy step. You just got to copy it down. What do you think? What's the square root of b squared? B plus 5. Thank you. So we got b plus 5 squared is equal to, what's negative 16 plus 25? 9. Okay, finish up my problem. Okay, so we're going to take a square root of both sides here. Not sure where I wrote that. So we have b plus 5 equals positive and negative 3. Subtract 5 on both sides, so b is equal to negative 5 plus and minus 3. Negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8, actually. Not positive 8. Those are your answers. Okay, that concludes this lesson.